What up, virtual people? Welcome to the 126th episode of VCR Redux, where we take your favorite franchises out of the analog era and bring them back to 2023. I'm your host, pop culture punk Chris Stiles, joined as always by my co-host with the most, film professor Ian Klink. And we have two radical guests on the show tonight. First up, the third leg of our VCR tripod himself. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. Mac Daddy Mickey Torres is back on the show.
What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone?
And rounding out this righteous crew, he's one half of the creative genius behind Retro Fiend Radio, makers of the finest canon and martial arts docs on the internet. Dustin Nino is back on the show.
Always a pleasure. What up?
Thank you so much for coming back on.
He's stormy, but it softly comes in.
We are here today to earn some quan, to shoplift the pootie, and to show you the money. That's right, folks. This world needs Jerry Maguire too. Money never sleeps, and we're here to give it to you. But before Ian goes into Tom Cruise control, we got a dish on how Jerry Maguire came into our lives and what we love about it. And of course, that goes for everyone watching the live chat as well. Was it love at first Laserdisc, Vital VHS? Hit us up in the chat and let us know how Jerry Maguire came into your lives. So, Dustin, do you remember the first time you got Maguired?
Oh. I wish my eyes were shut so I could not see the image that just created in my mind.
Probably looks like the image that you have behind you.
This is what you see when you get Maguired.
Oh man, that's you're making it sound bad even to me now.
It involves strict staring, calling you a jerk, and Scientology. That's what happens when you get Maguired.
Well, I want to know what happened to Dustin the first time he got Maguired.
I think the first time I saw it, I think I did see this in the theater. I don't remember though, the actual first time watching it. Then I think I have like a memory of watching it at home on VHS or maybe cable or something. I'm not 100% sure.
This movie was printed on VHS more times than there were people on the planet to purchase that
So
VHS.
true.
Like, it has got to be the most printed tape ever. Like more than The Godfather,
Goodwill,
more than Titanic, more than Star
Goodwill.
Wars.
If it's not Titanic VHS, it's
Jerry Maguire. Yeah.
Every fucking day, yeah. Jerry Maguire. If you're a VHS hunter, like that's the tape. That they're just everywhere. Well, I think somehow it's like the Blob, like they're cloning themselves. Somehow
it's not a rare tape.
They're still making more. Yeah.
It's not a rare tape. So don't buy that, don't buy the Jerry Maguire VHS for like $300 on eBay because you feel like it's very rare. No.
The Laserdisc, maybe.
The producers of Jerry Maguire gave away the movie. Like, no, come on, here. We're tired of it. Here, take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, I think there was a concerted effort to make 20 billion of
them. There's a house in Encino that is completely insulated with VHS tapes of Jerry Maguire.
Completely constructed.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it for a second. So what about Mickey? I know this was a Mick date. I don't even have to ask. I just feel like Mickey 1996, Jerry Maguire, like this was a Mick date. What are the deets? Give me the facts.
No, I mean I didn't see this at the theaters, but I rented this on VHS, and it was a date.
It was a VHS and chill event.
Yeah, it was let's watch some movies and then is what it is. But this, I mean, like
it was a Netflix and chill with the cold shower because nothing happened after that.
It did, but and then it went down, but in any event, like no, I mean like
it went down. I love Mickey's humble brag though, like it went down.
I got Maguired. But in any event, like that was like I don't even remember what made me rent this movie. I mean, I think like I had this thing like I think Chris and I we've discussed this. I have a love for rom-coms and romantic movies. I mean, I just love these movies. So,
me too.
And I'm a huge Tom Cruise fan on top of that too. So it was just like win. It was like win-win. Like for
How
me,
did I not know this about you? You're a huge Tom Cruise fan.
huge Tom Cruise fan. I celebrate his whole catalog. You know,
His
Yeah,
whole
you.
catalog.
Do you have a
catalog.
VHS copy of Far and Away?
I have a VHS copy of this.
You
Not far
fucking
away.
love
Far and
Not far
Away.
away.
You love that fucking movie. That's like the third time you've brought Far and Away up
Yeah.
in like
Far and
recent
Away
weeks.
is a forgotten Ron Howard movie. It is a
For
great
good fucking
scene from
reason.
Oklahoma. You heathens, respect that movie for what it is. It's a better version of Heaven's Gate. We all know it. Back
That
off.
movie isn't even a pimple on Night Shift's ass. That's how Ron Howard's career. Oh yeah, I could do a whole fucking Ron Howard. You know, the real Ron Howard is like Gung Ho and Cocoon and Splash and fucking movies like that.
And
you know?
Far and Away.
Willow. Yeah, thank you, Dustin.
I don't
fucking not fucking Far and Away. That's
Willow.
the pretentious shit. Once after Backdraft's done, like it's over. It's just pretty much over at that point.
Oh yeah, you know, Beautiful Mind. That's
Beautiful
Yeah,
Mind.
yeah,
Beautiful Mind is great.
Apollo 13. That's no achievement.
You know, I mean, like, oh come on, Chris.
I didn't like that movie.
like I'm on your side, Ian, on this one. I'm sitting there going, like, I mean, like, it wasn't like he fell off the cliff. I'm like,
Yeah, like God dang, man.
And you know, we'll get into the cruise control stuff, but I'll needless to say, I don't celebrate the man's whole catalog. Obviously, I mean, I don't think there's anyone who's like
respect Opie.
No, we're talking Tom Cruise.
Yeah, we're talking Tom Cruise now.
Oh, now
we're
we're
talking
talking
not Ron Howard. Yeah,
I mean,
But, like,
I mean, I'm gonna say that there's movies that he did that weren't great, but come on, Eyes Wide Shut, awesome.
There was a lot of
Vanilla
movies.
Sky,
Oh,
awesome.
Eyes Wide Shut. Oh God,
Yeah,
why can't we talk
all
about
right.
that movie?
Collateral, awesome.
Collateral's
Collateral's
good.
good.
Top Gun,
Top Gun,
awesome.
yeah. Risky
I like
Business.
Color. I like Color of Money.
Color of Money is awesome. That's
Fucking
like
just no love for Cocktail at all in this room.
Caps,
Like it's
dude, I like Cocktail.
Cocktail is the movie that everybody always wants you to enjoy, and so you can't.
It's got the
You
guy from
can't
FX.
judge it for yourself.
I love Minority Report.
Well,
Cocktail's
that is a
good.
weird.
That's
That's
an
a
80s
weird.
staple.
That's a weird statement. You would
No,
back
it's
this up
not.
a second. Yeah,
It
it is.
makes sense.
Cocktail's the movie that other people want you to enjoy.
Everybody
much
wants
so-
you to enjoy
so
Cocktail.
much
They're
so
like,
that
oh, I
you
love
can't
Cocktail.
judge it for
You should
yourself.
enjoy Cocktail. Well, let me enjoy it if I want to enjoy it. Stop forcing it upon me.
What are you, a communist robot? You can't like.
No, I'm just saying, it's like
you.
Cocktail, Rocky IV, Shawshank. Let me find these on my own. Stop trying to make me want to like those movies.
I kind of get what you mean now by throwing Shawshank into there. Now, Rocky IV is just pure joy, and if you have any problems with that, you should see.
I do. He took out the robots. Screw you. That was
that's on the
That's
well,
the different
that's the
cut.
new one.
I'm talking about the real Rocky IV that came out in '85.
The real
which proudly
Rocky.
has.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
no, don't
Nobody-
give me some robot, no fun having version of the
No
greatest
happy
movie
birthday
ever.
for Paulie.
Don't
Fuck
give
yeah.
me, don't
Fuck,
give me
dude.
I was
Rocky
gonna say,
III
can we get
Part
some love?
2.
Can we get some
Yeah, I'll
love?
tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Happy birthday, Paulie.
Now I'll tell you what. Now how shitty does it look to not celebrate Paulie's birthday in Rocky IV,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the fucking
What I
Burt
mean?
Young gone.
Even
Yeah,
worse.
son of a bitch. You
Now we
fucking-
need the birthday cut of that movie. The
Yeah,
Paulie's
dude, I
birthday
want-
cut.
I told you,
Yeah.
dude. My cut of Rocky IV it's just all the robot. It's entirely that. Like,
well, it's just
that's
him
what-
and it's just Rocky. It's just
Right.
Paulie and the robot. It's like
Rocky
I'm-
V.
it's like
Rocky
Mac
V
and
should've
Me,
spun off. Yeah, dude,
Mac
I
and
would
Me,
watch that.
or Short Circuit with just
I love when
Paulie.
Mac and Me.
Gives her a sexy voice. He's like, "Oh, Paulie,
Yes.
you told her to talk like that."
She loves me. All right, so we're getting way off topic early out of the
Yeah,
gate, but that's
sorry.
okay because I can always
Sorry.
no. I love the Rocky V robot, and I could do a whole show about that. But the people came for Jerry Maguire, so I want to know how young Iowa Ian came across this movie.
I don't remember the first time I see it, but what does click in here is when I was in junior high, the Oscars became a thing to me. You know, when you're really getting into films and you're like, okay, I'm into movies, so I have to watch every single Oscar movie. You know, and about this time is when I really started watching the Oscars. So, I remember very vividly Cuba Gooding Jr. winning the Oscar for Jerry Maguire and me going, okay, I've got to see this movie. If everybody's raving about this, this performance that he did, And I remember renting it, I think from the library is where I rented Jerry Maguire and watching it. But probably, I mean, don't yell at me, Mickey, but probably at the same time I rented English Patient, I think.
Well, there you go.
Mickey's very own Dawkins.
Yeah, you are the only person I know in existence that ever rented or borrowed, borrowed videos from the public library.
That's right. God bless them.
I used to go there too
for having movies, because if they didn't have them, I wouldn't have been able to watch any movie.
I never did, and I never knew anybody. The only thing I rented one time or like borrowed from the library was the Batman soundtrack. Because I wanted to copy it.
Oh,
yeah, they had tons of foreign movies there, like tons of samurai movies. I remember.
Oh yeah,
a lot of good foreign film section, and they had all the Highlander TV shows on VHS. So you could just. I used to
Seasons on VHS. Remember Seasons on VHS?
Yeah, and they would all form together.
You saw it at Suncoast Video.
My dad had the entire original series of Star Trek on VHS. Like in the 80s, he had this.
That's
so
sick.
Like he paid like a fucking fortune for this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And this was like, we were one of those houses where like we never kept the boxes to the tapes. We were little kids. You fucking throw the box away and you're playing with the tape, and next thing you know, the box is ripped up or flat or ripped, whatever, spilled milkshake on it. So, but he had all the fucking boxes, and like we had closets and closets full of tapes, but he had these all in their own closet, and it was like, that's Dad's Star Trek closet. Like you have to go in there and ask him to like borrow.
There's tribbles in the closet and Klingons.
I'm just like when we wanted to watch the episode from Bogus Journey, the arena. We had to like, hey Dad, can you throw on that episode where he fights the green thing on the rocks from Bill and Ted? Oh yeah, that's the arena. It's a 2-parter. Here you go. Bring it back when you're done. He was like that with a few shows, Twilight Zone, SNL. Dude, the fucking Time Life SNL tapes were legit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would pay stupid fucking money for someone to give me like a rip of all those tapes, because those like lost bits and episodes. No, dude, you need the years, like the Eddie Murphy one that came out on DVD, like that kind of shit, that doesn't get lost. I have
the Chris Rock.
But I need like the 1982, the best of 1982, like that's the shit that I need. But at any rate, again, the people here need Jerry Maguire. So
let's stay on topic. I love this movie. This movie needs to be appreciated.
True. It does. I really do love this movie too, and we'll get into that. So let's see what the people in the chat are saying about Jerry Maguire, and let's see who's in there. We got Miyagi-Do Forever, Jason LaFord, Oscar Toronzo, Whiskey 41, Rob's Vintage Video, Monica Thyman, and Angie Saunders, the mashup genius in the chat so far.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Whiskey 41 says, I forgot where I watched it first, but I hate myself even more for having enjoyed it at the time. Shame on me. I kind of know how you feel, although I don't.
You hate it? Like, I mean, why? I mean, this movie is great.
It is great, but it is like very much a Tom Cruise brand of movie, and I get why like people don't feel great about themselves for liking that. I mean, like, this is
we discovered Renee Zellweger.
Like,
here's the thing: discovered her
in 1996. Like, yeah, you could feel bad. Now you don't have to feel bad because he's cranking out movies like Knight and Day, and just more Mission.
That's an awesome movie too.
Damn it, Mickey.
Yeah.
Come on,
so much shame. There's shame on all of us now.
Separate
shame upon the dojo.
Separate the religion and the actor. Separate those things.
Honestly, I get what you're saying. My issue now is there was Tom Cruise then, and now there's Tom Cruise Mission Impossible. Like it's a very different.
Him doing all his stunts. Like that's basically.
He did kind of reinvent himself the past few years. As the stunt man, as the Top Gun Maverick guy.
Think about that. Think about that. The fact that this guy is an action star, and he doesn't look like Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger or whatever. He basically reinvented the action star because nobody was doing their own stunts.
He's well, he's also in that position too,
but
Jackie Chan, I consider Jackie
Chan. And honestly, the Jackie Chan
martial arts.
And honestly, the Jackie Chan stunt revolution invading America predates Tom Cruise doing his own stunts.
Well,
yes.
I mean,
yeah.
But that's
Jackie Chan killed all those guys. Seagal, Stallone,
well,
Schwarzenegger. Like their careers were dead the minute he showed up. It was like,
it's one stunt
we're
per
over.
movie, though. That's the whole thing. It's like this is the stunt
for Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I mean, like there's in the Mission Impossible movie, there's one stunt he does.
Well, he's also the only person that's like can afford to bond the whole fucking movie in case he gets hurt.
Yeah,
so, like he's paying for it, right? Like out of pocket, like no one, like so, like he just takes advantage of that too because he's like no one else has that kind of money or power right now, or a superstar too.
But
there's no other actor too that's been shot straight up into the trajectory that he's been shot up into the stratosphere and stayed there as long as he has. Like he's had ups and downs, but he has not.
He's still a movie
still
star,
a mega star. He's
still a mega
one
star.
of the only ones left. And you can love him or hate him and whatever you want to do, but his movies make fucking money. And he spends a lot of money making them.
Well, let's get to Chris's first time. Let's get to Chris's first time, and then I want to talk about this love.
And also just finish up with the chat here. Rob, to your point, Ian, Rob's vintage video says, I have Far Away on VHS. So there you go. You have a friend. We're going to get Rob on the show soon. Monica Thyman says, I saw the movie on video for the first time and I loved it. That's not a bad way, like I said, to discover this movie because there was 10 billion tapes and only 2 billion people on the earth at the time. So everybody should have many of these. Also some cocktail sidebar. Whiskey 41 says it has some worthwhile moments. Monica Thyman says she loves it. Whiskey 41 also sad. He says no one came for Jerry Maguire. I promise you we will get to Maguire. I have a lot to say about this movie. And Angie Saunders, the mashup genius, saying show me the money. And also Whiskey 41 not showing love for Night and Day, an F-tier cruise movie. I have to agree 1,000,000% there. But
saying you like Jack Reacher, back off, people.
Jack Reacher is no good. If it was starting anyone other than Tom Cruise, I probably would have seen it. This was before all that. This is back when it was good Tom Cruise because it was young Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise used to do when he was like 25, 30. He would do movies that was like, no, look, I'm an adult too. I'm an actor, not just a movie star. And
like
now that he's old,
Tom Cruise to me, The Firm. I love.
There you go. I'll take The Firm.
The Firm's great. Few Good Men. Come on.
Few Good Men. Tom
Cruise. Rain Man.
Rain Man. Classic.
Magnolia, the best. Born the 4th of July.
That's the thing. Jerry Maguire.
Those are the greats. But
Jerry Maguire
is.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Jerry Maguire is the last, right before he started his kind of experimental stage.
When he went to action.
Well, not even that. It was like, but after this, it was the Vanilla Sky.
I love that movie.
Magnolia,
Vanilla Sky.
Samurai. There was this like weird period where nobody.
Oh, Last Samurai was
because the reality of it is after this movie, and I mean to some certain extent he had that power anyways. He got to dictate what he did and where he went, and he just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
This is one of those movies, though, that like he was on a hot streak anyways, but this movie was just like way hotter than the last bunch. And I don't think it cost nearly as much as the last bunch of movies he had done. Like Days of Thunder, Tony Scott, that's expected to do huge business. And it does. This is like, all right, this is a smaller movie. It'll probably do good. But this was like, the My Big Fat Greek Wedding of that year. And I saw it.
For Cameron Crowe, too.
So easily
this made Cameron Crowe more money than anything.
Say anything's my favorite movie of all time. So
I did not know that as well. I do love that movie. I do love Ione Sky. There's a lot about that movie that just like that era of late 80s teen filmmaking is like the best.
Complete. He went to my high school, and Almost Famous was shot at my high school. So if anybody's seen it,
nice.
My high school.
Nice.
So my first time seeing Jerry Maguire, I didn't think, I remember everyone was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, whatever, Tom Cruise rom-com, no big, whatever. But I would get dragged to Wisconsin all the time as a kid. And up in Wisconsin, the only thing that I could bank on was satellite TV, because it was like you're being dragged to the only place that's colder than Chicago, and it's just like you're being dragged to like the Arctic. I might as well have been going to the fucking Fortress of Solitude. But when I got there was always satellite, because it's the only way you get any television in the North Woods of Wisconsin. So I would just sit there all weekend and be miserable that I wasn't with my friends, but kind of soften the blow because there's satellite TV with a bajillion more channels than I ever knew existed. And I would watch movies over and over again if they were good enough. And one of those movies was Jerry Maguire. And it's like one of the only positive memories I have of my times in Wisconsin was like, oh yeah, Jerry Maguire's on. That was a good time. I knew I was getting like 90 minutes of fun and, good storytelling. And, I had seen a ton of Tom Cruise movies, of course, by that point. Like I wasn't living in a fucking box. But something about this one, I was like, this one's really good. It's got something that even Rain Man doesn't have. Like, it feels good. Rain Man's not that much of a feel-good movie. It's not a feel-bad movie, but it's like, it ends on such a kind of downer note. This is sort of making up for that almost. I don't know, it's a light movie that I really enjoy. It's very well written. It's very well acted. It's very well shot. It's very well cast. Cuba Gooding is incredible. Yeah, but I've just always loved it. It's one of those movies too, you don't have to be in any sort of a mood to watch. Like, you can always, you're channel surfing and Jerry Maguire's on, doesn't matter what fucking scene it is. You can come in and get like enjoyment from that time. And that's actually pretty rare.
I actually remember a moment where a teacher showed Jerry Maguire in school. Like, we were in high school and they showed Jerry Maguire, and they didn't fast forward the one scene that we're all thinking of right now.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that scene until you said this.
The great Kelly Preston. Can we talk about her for a second? Because Kelly Preston.
When can we not talk about Kelly Preston?
R.I.P.
Wins, Mischief.
Oh, dude, yeah. Secret Admirer, Mischief. I mean, Christine, one of the best to ever fucking do it. Just
and she plays that role like so great, because it's I mean, the whole movie. I mean, like, I can talk about my love for this movie and go on and on and on. But like the thing of it, like, her character was just as important to this movie as Renee Zellweger's character. They were like the both spectrum, because this movie essentially boils up to, I mean, like, it was awesome to see a sports movie, because you could say this is a sports movie.
I put it in sports
done through the perspective of the agent. You've never gotten that before. That I remember. I mean, you did get this perspective of the athlete as well, but it was really the star and the main character was an agent.
Yeah,
you got that.
True. It seemed like, oh my God, how have they not done this? Because after this, there was like Agent Everything. There was like R-List on HBO, and then there was Entourage on HBO.
Entourage and stuff like that. But like, and then you have like, you have that. And you have the relationship between the agent and their talent, and then you have the relationship of, somebody that's involved in a relationship, with somebody, and they're that important. Like, basically the career, and trying to keep a relationship going. And Kelly Preston plays this like tough, like, like, it's about the career, and I need you to make that money. Like, show me the money and this and that, whatever like that. And then once he's like not making the money, she's just like, I'm done with you, basically. I mean, he breaks up with her kind of, in a way in first, but then you have Renee Zellweger, and she's basically like the support. So you have this, like, I mean, for me, it was like awesome to see this like relationship movie where basically like he comes out of this relationship and finds his better half. And she played the role. I mean, like, Renee, nobody knew who she was before this movie. At least I didn't. And just the way
filmmakers of Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation did.
Yeah. Easy to confuse.
But I forgot all about that. When I saw her, it was like it was like the first time I saw her, But in any event, and like, she played her character so well. And I mean, like, we talk about like, favorite scenes and this and that, and like, I'm a sucker for the "you complete me" scene.
I cried.
Literally, like, because it's like, like, I mean, like, I'll be honest. I mean,
Dustin, you cried. Don't sell stone face. You cried.
I'll tell you this. I'm a schmaltz guy, so I hate to admit it, but I love every fucking scene with Tom Cruise and that kid. That's the shit that gets me by the heartstrings.
That too.
Oh, remember the world wanted that kid to be like the next big thing.
He was fucking. We just weren't like. If we were younger, we would have been like, remember when that kid was the biggest thing, instead of remember when he was supposed to become. I know he didn't become like Macaulay Culkin, but he had a fucking slew of movies.
Over the place for a while.
He was all over the. He was all over
Vampire
TV
or whatever
he was
that
on
was.
Fucking My Little Vampire. He was on Dawson's Creek. He was in a couple other fucking movies. You know, that kid was in a ton of shit.
This movie, along with a lot of Tom Cruise movies in the 80s and 90s, were very. I just have memories of sitting around with my family watching a lot of his movies, you know, and just having an experience with whatever story it was. There was a lot of those times, you know, Rain Man, all those movies you guys just read it off, you know.
They're well-written movies. Well-written movies.
Yeah. You could. Yeah. I often joke that you could call almost every Tom Cruise movie Cruising USA, and it like makes sense. This is one of those rare times where it kind of doesn't. I mean, it sort of would, because he does travel around a lot in the movie, but you know, this almost feels like I also say that up to a certain point in Tom Cruise's career, every movie he had ever made could have been called Maverick, because that's essentially what it's about. Like, it's this guy who's like, you know, cocky and, you know, headstrong, and he's gonna go his own way, but then maybe he gets, you know, under an apprenticeship, kind of a Robert Duvall, a Dustin Hoffman, he plays against an older character, and, you know, Paul Newman, and he's gonna like listen to this guy's advice, but in the end he's gonna go his own way anyways, and that's why he wins, because he's so great and he's such a maverick, and you listen to his gut. You know, that was like every, you know, fucking Cocktail too, same thing, you know. I love that guy. Coglan's Lost.
Because that's basically Tom Cruise in a nutshell.
But this actually seemed like, for the first time, he's telling the next chapter of the story, where it's like, 100%. All right, you've done the Maverick thing and you've gone your way and you've been a success. And then what happens 10 years down the road? You know, 8 years down the road. What happens when you're in your
interesting perspective.
Early 30s? That's sort of the way I see this movie. And that's why I see this movie has such value in Tom Cruise's career. Like, I'm telling you, 100 years from now, they'll forget about a few of them, but this is definitely not one of the ones they will forget about.
Right. A caveat to that is, like, I feel like for a while, like, just exactly you were saying, the studios and stuff wanted to make Tom Cruise like he was Elvis. You know, he's a race car driver. He's a pilot. He's, you know, he's in the army. He's know, whatever.
Boxer.
He's the best lawyer ever.
He just does whatever's cool, and he just does it, you know. And and this was definitely like
he's a pioneersman in Oklahoma.
I'm an actor. I was on The Outsiders. You guys remember? You know, like I wasn't, you know, doing these, you know, popcorn summer theater movies all the time. I want to do like you know, an acting movie. You know, I want James Lipton to interview me one day.
And I mean, the whole scene too, like, I mean, like, there's so many good scenes in here, but the desperation that he plays his character with, and the utter, like, he's lost everything, and when he just has Roddy, Cuba Gooding Jr. as his only client, and he's sitting there, and they're in the bathroom, and he starts to talk about, like, he's like, I'm out here for you, you know, and this and that, whatever, like that. And he's like, help me, help you. And he's kicking the wall and everything.
I think we all say that to somebody. Help me.
This movie.
There's so many, many lines,
you know?
So many lines that you have. I guarantee you've used in a relationship of any sort.
People still.
You're right. It's almost the Karate Kid. It's almost the Karate Kid of the 90s, in the fact that it's that middle of the decade movie with like a bajillion pop culture quotes. Like, you know, Martin Kove said this about Karate Kid. He goes, if you're in a movie and you get one of these lines that live forever, you know, one of them, you thank God that, even if it's not you who says it, but that means the movie will be around forever. They'll always remember it came from this movie. But he's like, there's a ton in Jerry Maguire. There's
like 3 off the rip. You have the show me the money. You have the help me help you, and you have you complete me. Those 3 alone, plus other ones in there.
Oh, for sure. There's the Quan. There's Shoplift the Pootie.
Shoplift the Pootie too.
And
that's another thing too. That's the whole thing. Like, growing up, you know, with a single parent mother and this and that, and, you know, dudes dating my mom, whatever like that, occasionally, whatever the case may be. You know, line of Cuba Gooding Jr. Is essentially like, it's like, wow, like, you know, you're not just dating the mother, you're dating the kid, you know, basically, in the whole thing. And like, you can't be out here like not thinking about that. And that was a thing too. So I got this movie on so many different levels. And so, and like, some people will laugh at me and think it's like, oh man, I can't believe he's talking this about that, about this movie or whatever case may be. But there's very few movies that I look at or like that I've shared in my lifetime or whatever like that I can literally recite lines to, and that I love this is me, or like I feel like this character, like, or like I've been through this, you know, or something like that. And this is one of those movies. Throwaway for some people, but for me, it's just like it's a great movie. It should be up there in the top 100, you know, like if it's not, I'm sure it is, but
well, I know Chris and I have always had this conversation, and I really do believe it. I believe you always remember one movie for one scene, and that Show Me the Money. I mean, that made everybody remember this movie. You know,
I mean, I think there's a few scenes like that. You know, him coming back and giving that speech in front of all those.
Oh,
women,
you had me at hello.
You know,
you had me at hello. Yeah.
Another one. Yeah.
But I will say this. You know what I find so fascinating. You know, about this movie. You know, one, it gave me probably one of the funniest comedy moments. If I didn't have Jerry Maguire, I wouldn't have one of the funniest comedy bits that I reflect upon, which is in Half Baked, where
freaking coming with me, man.
Brewer, where Jim Brewer does the like, who's coming with me? Yeah.
Jan.
I'm not gonna do what you think I'm gonna do, which is you flip out.
And that's 3 years later, and it's still like, it is just, again, one of those movies that really made a major dent in pop culture, and like for good reason. Again, I often talk about the mid-90s as a very lost time. You know, like, you know, we didn't know what we were. Everything was grungy and depressing, and like, you know, if you didn't buy into that, then like, what was there for you? This movie was a rich dessert in this sour, dour, just down time. You know,
we acknowledge though Jay Moore.
Jay Moore was awesome too.
Jay Moore, one of the forgotten SNL members of all time.
Great villain in this. Yeah,
had a terrible time. I read his book, Starving for Air, which is a fascinating book on like the behind the scenes of SNL. But to leave SNL and get right into Jerry Maguire, like what a home run right there.
And it's a shame that his, you know, career hasn't been more, I mean, active of late. You know, he had that run there where it was like this and Suicide Kings and 200 Cigarettes. He was popping up all the time in great movies, and it just like it never really seemed to like go anywhere like that would be financially like profitable for him.
Does anybody remember Go?
Oh, Go's a great movie. Incredible movie.
Is a Tarantino wannabe movie that the world
for sure.
wanted. Again, the world wanted us to like that movie, and nobody did.
I remember watching it.
You are just opposed to any movie that's having fun and having a good time. I'm convinced of it. You're like a Puritan or an Amishman or something.
Hey, I had the Go soundtrack, but that's because of Len. So back off.
That's the worst. That's the worst way to backpedal that statement, right?
No, I had the soundtrack. I rocked out to it because I wanted Len.
Go and Excess Baggage were on at the same time.
Oh, Excess Baggage, yeah.
Okay. Don't lump Go in with Excess Baggage, all right? Go is a far better film. We got Scott Wolf in Go.
Similar in feel.
We got Timothy Olyphant.
God, Wolf.
I love Wolf.
A million people in this world.
Party
You're
of
the only
Five.
one talking about Scott Wolf. I love
Party
it.
of Five. Party of Five,
right here, man.
Scott Wolf.
Bailey for life.
And Saved by the Bell. He was in Saved by the Bell too. So like cameos in that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was like one of them. Was that Good Morning Miss Bliss?
No, he was in Saved by the Bell.
Okay, yeah. It was. You're right. So before we get to pitches, because it is pitch time, again, everyone in the chat, if you got ideas or takes for Jerry Maguire 2, let us know what you want to see or what you don't want to see. I also see in the chat though Oscar Toronzo showing some love for Rain Man. Definitely one of my all-time faves.
Rain Man, did you fart? Fart.
Maybe we'll do a Rain Man 2 one of these days. We should have done it this month.
That is exactly what The Critic did, and they did it perfectly.
Oh, The Critic was so great. God, I want that. I want that show to come back. When we get to doing, we've done a TV show now. We've done one, so we can do more. And I want to do The Critic. I'm just saying. I just want to do
Dream On.
I would do anything with John Lovitz. Yeah, and I'm dying to do Dream On as well.
If you did TV, it got to be Dream On.
I am dying to do Dream On, but nothing would make me happier than to do Dream On with Brian Benben or Wendy Malick or Chris Dimitrol or oh my God, yeah, just legendary, just my heart right there. But there are pitches in the chat
just because.
There's a pitch.
So there are 2 pitches in the chat already. I see one from Oscar Toronzo. His pitch: same cast, Jerry built a sports empire. Bob Sugar lost his career and everything, and he blames Jerry and vows revenge, hiring a death squad to go after him, and Tom Cruise kicks their asses. I like that a lot, actually. You acknowledge where it's, and like, first of all, like, this should be off the wall pitches like that. Like, it shouldn't like, hey, he's got a young football player or a young boxer or a young basketball and they really bond. And, no, we want the same thing again. I want a whole new movie, and that would be fantastic. So well played, Oscar. Also a pitch in there from Gold's Code, so it's probably time for Ian to put his earmuffs on. Gold's Code's pitch: after his success on Devil's Mountain, Mitchell is sought out by Jerry Maguire. But when he has to face the high-paced world of sports entertainment, it will be a new challenge. It's Air Maguire.
Pure Goldie.
Air Maguire, though, he should be in a helicopter.
Sadly, that actually works.
Just when I think he's peaked and he can't possibly top himself, he fucking does it again, man.
No, he's so peaky poked. Like
that's when I thought you were out, Goldie.
Pull me back in. That was brilliant.
Air Maguire.
I can't stand the Sean Gold.
That'd be awesome. He'd be on a helicopter. Jerry would be like, piloting the helicopter.
All I want is Air Maguire.
Here's what I thought of, though. And
with the pitch.
Well, okay, so we called this Money Never Sleeps, right?
Yes.
All right, so I can't lie to you. I had such high hopes for Wall Street 2. I mean, I had high hopes. I think we all did.
Indeed.
And all I remember from it was there was that amazing shot with the stuff going across Shia LaBeouf's face. But I kind of want a darker Jerry Maguire movie. Like, if Any Given Sunday met Jerry Maguire. That's kind of like today, though. Like, can you imagine Jerry Maguire dealing with a Jalen Hurts or a freaking, Kobe or, I mean, like, this movie's 20 years later and it's not the same thing. I mean,
right.
There are no Cuba Gooding Jr. characters like that anymore. I mean, it's all just high profile, billions, kind of ballers, all that kind of stuff that, like going on. So, I mean, there's a movie out there where I literally want Jerry Maguire representing The Rock.
Dirtbag. Oh, The Rock.
That's like funny. The Rock as a football star, though. Like, I want that hardcore.
Too old,
like,
though. He's like 50.
Yeah, he's too old right now.
But I'm just saying, like, I want the Jerry Maguire directed by Michael Mann.
Well, no, you should have said Oliver Stone because you're talking to me.
Or the Oliver Stone. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I want the Jerry Maguire with Oliver Stone.
Oh God, yeah, I
that hardcore. Like, I want Jerry sweating.
He's getting caught deep in like a web of like some fucked up shit, some bad sports ownership.
Yeah, like it was great then, but like she divorced. The kid is now. The kid's out.
Kid doesn't even speak to him.
He's in gangs now and stuff.
I had a similar dark tone idea, Ian. It was Jonathan Lipnicki he's all grown up, but he's a professional golfer. And Jerry Maguire
he could have
represents
been a football player too.
Hey, he could have been. I was thinking change up the sports a little bit, and only because golf is so wildly popular right now, and there hasn't been a whole lot of great golf movies.
That's true.
I think Cameron Crowe could do a great golf movie, especially right now at the PGA and Live and how wild a lot of those guys party like fucking crazy. There's a lot of drug use. There's a lot of crazy shit that goes on behind the scenes. So I was thinking that would be interesting, where he's like on the PGA, he's partying, he's doing a bunch of drugs, and instead of trying to gain that guy, he has to keep him there, like keep him, keep him on a level head, and he can't, and it's very difficult for him, just because of all their past.
Although I kind of wish he was playing pool though. Give me kind of the third color of money.
Right.
This would be interesting to see, because like just imagining where Jerry might be, almost 30 years later, I could see him either being a very high ranking official within like one of the major sports leagues, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or like maybe he's one of the team owners now. He like built such an empire that like he, is owning a team or at least GMing a team or something like that. And that could be, a storyline. Like if you think of some of the craziest shit that's happened to sports teams over the last few years, and you kind of put it all into one movie, star point guard tears his ACL, some guy fucking shoots his toe off and can't play, some guy gets involved in some legal troubles. I'll just say that, not say specifically what, but
like or the Martin Scorsese, the Martin Scorsese Jerry Maguire.
Oh yes. Oh, Wolf of Wall Street, Jerry Maguire. Yeah,
like it's all just just a jacked up story. Because and again, I do like though, that Jerry went from nothing or from something to nothing, then went to something again and had to go back to nothing. But once you've been on such a high note, like, can you imagine if Michael Jordan fired you? Like what would you do?
Right now, I mean, I think the recent trend in football, at least, is that a lot of players are going without agents, and they're making their deals without agents.
Oh snap, that's right, free agenting. Yeah.
So so there's there's something to be said about that. You could play that in there, but I actually like I'm cool with all those kind of pitches or whatever like that. But like to me, it's like, I don't want a sequel to this. I love
I mean, I feel you.
I love the original so much that I just don't need it. I think in a lot of cases, rom-coms don't lead themselves to sequels. In some cases,
they've almost all cases.
I mean, it would be like sometimes like it would be nice to get the rest of the story, because they may leave you off in like this like and they lived happily ever after. And it's like, but
that's the thing is, I like Ian's take on it. There's a new movie. It's Martin Scorsese. It's like,
I like
show me the money.
Here.
It's like, show me the money so I can roll it up and snort coke with it. Like, it gets a whole new meaning. To show me the money.
Maybe
or if it's a remake of Jerry Maguire, which I know is a terrible idea, but if you did Jerry Maguire today, I this I mean, it seems like straight to streamer, but with I don't know, like like Adam Sandler did a couple of these movies recently where the sports, kind of the darker side of sports.
He's that agent.
I mean, it's like if you did a Jerry Maguire today, like I kind of want the same cast, but in like this, like a remake of the movie, but with the same cast. Like it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see Renee Zellweger and Tom Cruise redo it, but today,
like a play.
Almost. I mean, it's like
that's one thing that's weird. Like, right? So, like, the actors can come back and do the same play years and years and years later, the same play over and over again. And people are like, "Oh yeah, let's go see it." Just fine. It's great. But that idea, which is why I love the color. Movies would never fly for whatever reason.
That's why I love the color.
Fuck that! I'll watch Heat with the same people again. All old now. I don't know. I would fucking totally do that.
Yeah,
because that's why I love the color of money. It's the Hustler. Done
right.
Done
it would be
like different.
It would be interesting to see the different choices they would make acting wise.
Yeah, it'd be fun. It'd be like watching a play with them, but just a movie. Like you can look at that. I would fucking see it. I wouldn't care.
I mean, it would be a definitely. It wouldn't be a funny Cuba Gooding Jr. type role. I mean, I can actually imagine that being like a really tough acting role, like an Academy,
show me the money, bitch. Bang!
but like Academy Award worthy still, but done so hardcore.
Yeah,
you know, like we could get a Michael Clark Duncan kind of Green Mile performance from this new NFL player who comes into this role of a lifetime.
Or you could you do the reverse. You can do the spinoff. You can do Bob Sugar. Jay Moore comes back, and just how he deals with
the Jesus.
I mean, there's a lot of options. Like I would honestly, if you did it right, I would watch a movie about just Rod Tidwell and like his family. It's just like him and Regina King, just like cool. Raising their kids. Like, dude, I'm there 100%.
The Tidwells,
yeah. In Rod we trust.
Oh
anything.
Man,
like. That could be like almost even like a Judd Apatow type of comedy, and I would still watch it. Not that I don't like Judd Apatow, I love Judd Apatow.
But if you did a 3 hour and 42 minute sequel,
an Adam McKay, a 90-minute version, whatever.
If you did a sequel, you could have Rod Tidwell be like, he's in the Hall of Fame, this and that, whatever like that, and Jerry's just like, like getting to be that arrogant agent or whatever like that, and Tidwell's like, you forget where you came from. Remember, show me the money. Remember the Quan, this and that. Because he's basically like he's losing clients, or he's like remember when he was in the beginning where the hockey player, he was just like, you're gonna be all right though, right? You're gonna be out there next week or whatever.
Oh, it would take all 5 VR troopers to stop your dad.
Exactly. Right? Exactly. So if he went back to that, and then Rod Tidwell just had to like be the one to like put him in line and stuff like that. Renee Zellweger's divorcing him, for real this time, and then she's like, they're close friends.
Honestly, I hate to say this, and I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but I kind of was thinking similarly, but more Rocky Balboa. Like Renee Zellweger passed on. Like she died. She died a few years back. Like the kid doesn't even talk to him anymore. They haven't spoken or seen each other in years. And he's estranged, and again, it's like a different type of movie.
Maybe he lost everything. Maybe he truly lost everything. Like he's not.
Maybe
he was a
maybe they built this company together. She got sick, and then he couldn't even go to work anymore.
So we do a Rocky Balboa. He goes back into the game, but he goes back into the game today.
Yeah, like say Rod's son, Rod Tidwell's son, is like going into the NFL now. And he's like, yo, Jerry, you got to help. There's nothing but sharks out there.
I stand corrected. That's the sequel I want. Sequel I want.
There you go. Jerry hasn't done it in years, and he's been very depressed, and he's has okay money wise, but
he's got no contacts.
He walked away from this empire.
Yep.
That and who fucking took it over? Bob Sugar.
Bob
Sugar wound up fucking buying it, and he was too emotionally distraught to even stop it. And so I mean, that's not a bad. I'd watch that movie.
I would too. Oh man, that's a good one. That's
not too bad. But there's another good one in the
chat. Maybe he can't connect with the stepson, but he can connect with Rod's kid. It's that whole. It's like I got him.
Oh, totally.
I screwed up here, but I can make up here.
Yeah.
Or
because it'd be too convenient to have the son.
Hey
Dad, similar. I gave up the draw. No, let's make it a little bit more realistic in that his son just she died and he lost him. I mean, it's a double whammer.
Yeah, I mean that's it's dark, but
bring back the actress's name is escaping me right now. I want to say Bonnie Hunt. Bonnie Hunt. Oh, I
love Bonnie Hunt. Oh yes, 1,000,000% bring. I would watch a spinoff of just Bonnie Hunt's character from this. This is her most Bonnie Hunt role ever. She really gets to do her thing.
I love that woman.
Oh, me too. She's great. I'd every time she shows up in something, I'm always happy to see her. But I'm also always happy to see Whiskey 41 pitching in the live chat, who apparently is actually Alex Bonafonte. So sneaking in there at the great Alex Bonafonte, been pitching with us since episode 1. His pitch is, in spite of his main client's success, Jerry Maguire is unable to compete against the big agencies. Years go by as the audience observes a montage of lame clients and failed unconventional sports leagues. From pro lumberjacks to lingerie football, the X Games, to a plethora of failed roller hockey leagues, Cruz leaves the business in defeat and settles down teaching contract law in a small Southern California college. I like this. This is kind of like where we were going. After 2 decades, he receives a call from the spouse of Gooding Jr., Regina King. Cuba died from what is ruled an accidental overdose, but at first, Regina King tells him in confidence that it was a CTE-related suicide by pain pills. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Now Jerry makes it his life's mission to fight a war on 2 fronts: take the NFL for concealing concussion risk data, and take on the Sackler family for opioid addiction and Jerry Maguire to Oscar bait. You know what, though?
Yeah, he just wrote the whole movie.
Alex, that's really good, though.
That's
good. Like
that is good.
That's really good.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
That's really
Adam McKay would love to fucking do that one. Holy shit.
I would love, like, Regina King. Oh my God, I could see her literally crying, like, Jerry, you gotta help. You gotta help. You know, like, oh my God.
You know what though? Someone's gonna have to do this movie eventually. It's gonna happen. The NFL's been like just destroying, letting players' brains get bashed.
They did. Will Smith did that concussion movie, but it got pushed aside.
Well, yeah,
it got slapped aside.
Because football's like a fucking $1 trillion a week industry. You know, people love to buy their jerseys and watch their games with 60 gajillion commercial breaks a half. And it would be kind of cool to see.
Chris, have you ever watched a football game in your life?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like football.
Catch down with the handball. I grew up going to Soldier Field almost every fucking Sunday. Bears.
I like
and it's
football.
a lot better when it's a lot better when you're at the game freezing your nuts off.
Admit it. You don't know what a hockey stick is and a baseball bat. Just admit it.
The hockey
wad.
The hockey stick is the hockey stick is what you use to clean the grill, and the bat is the thing that you hope to not find in your attic flying around. So I don't know why, but for some reason in the chat, Alex Bonafonte Whiskey 41 says, "Show me the solar babies."
You, Mickey.
I'm all about that.
Show me the what?
Show me the solar babies, he says.
Show me the meathead.
Meathead is just the thing that refuses to die. This is why I'm afraid that that I promised you Porky soon. We will do Porky soon. But
here's the extent of like
what Porky's reference is gonna not go away.
Here's the extent of what Ian gets really excited and happy and loves to talk about: meat head and meatballs and the English Patient.
Those are 2 movies on my shelf, sir, and that tells you more about me than anything else.
That is like the tri-axis of Ian right there.
With Porky's in the middle. It's like the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
So because we do this a lot, what would the time travel sequel have been? Like if they had done a Jerry Maguire in like 99 or like 2001, 2002, 3, what would that have been?
I think it would have just been the
Maguire,
same stuff. It's just
Edge of Maguire.
It would be the kid a little bit older. It would have been them getting married now.
They're taking the kid to college.
No, not even that. But my God. Just a couple years later.
Can you imagine like this, like
them getting a divorce again,
like
and
the movie Click, but done with Jerry Maguire?
No. Can you imagine like It's a Wonderful Life, but terrible, and also Jerry Maguire?
That's like one of Chris's like mashups. It's like The Water Boy with Jerry Maguire with Bobby Boucher.
Or I'd like Jerry Maguire goes to the Philippines to scout some new sport prospects, gets kidnapped by corporate ninjas.
MMA. And you could go like
there you go. Yeah,
Thai fighting.
David Bradley,
I do think
and he becomes the last samurai.
There were Dances with Wolves Part 2.
Show me the money.
But I do think that would have been the sequel in 1999. would have been Jerry Maguire 2. I mean, it's like the Bridget Jones movies. It's like the same movie over and over again. It's just different obstacles, different.
Yeah, I would have tried to
be a new client.
Yeah,
Jerry gets fired again, or
God, I hate those Bridget Jones movies.
Or Jerry goes. He went the next step up. I mean, he got like the player of the biggest player ever, and he had to deal with the ego of that.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like, also, I think it would be a little bit this. If it was the early 2000s, it might have been Jenny Maguire. It's his sister or his daughter or his whatever. And
like Ally McBeal.
Oh, right.
Kind of, yeah. Like, all right, now it's like the female agent. Like, it's a whole different world. It's tennis. It's a different sport. It's something,
Right.
it's more of maybe girl-centric type of.
It totally would have been something like that, yeah.
Or maybe
Could've
he
seen them doing
dies.
something like that.
Maybe Jerry dies, and Renee Zellweger's got to take over the.
Janine Maguire.
Oh, you know what? That's probably what it would have been. Actually, that would have been the early 2000s sequel.
Yeah,
sure.
Because Tom Cruise probably wouldn't have come back for a second one.
It opens up at his funeral, and it says, this is headstone. It's like Jerry Maguire, show me the money. 1960s, whatever.
Jerry Maguire, you had me at hello.
Jenny Maguire, starring Kristen Wiig in 2015, directed by Paul Feig.
Oh God,
that's so funny.
It's like now I'm getting.
I'd watch it. I would probably watch. I love Kristen.
I'm getting like
I watched Arthur.
Right.
Paul, and you know what, Paul Feig or Feig or however you say it. I feel that guy really got a raw deal because of that fucking Ghostbusters movie, which wasn't even that bad.
Not that bad.
It was fine. It was a fine movie, and you know what? Afterlife was not that much fucking better. So everyone just check your shit. And like,
but it gave me my Beatles again. So I'm okay with it.
Yeah, the other one gave you the Beatles too. They just had them dressed like the monkeys for some stupid fucking reason.
Yeah, I know.
That was just, I don't know what, that was the worst cameos of all time. But who would be the sports cameos in this one? I feel like obviously LeBron James would be.
Well, I think LeBron would have to be in there. I think Jalen Hurts,
Kobe would have been. Magic, maybe. You could tell I like basketball.
My man, Patrick Mahomes.
Who's that? Is he a footballer?
Yeah, the best quarterback in the league.
I knew that.
Best quarterback out there.
I was kidding. Of course I knew.
I watched a tennis game once.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some guy named Baby Ruth.
Baby
Ruth.
I mean, like that's
a crossover. That's a crossover. Jerry
Maguire, yeah. Oh no, that's the other one though. Honestly, it could have been just Jerry's coaching a kid's sports. He's coaching one of the kids. It's like hardball with Jerry Maguire. He's
coaching Bears.
Baseball
It'd be
team.
funny.
Honestly, I would watch it on cable one night. I'd be scrolling through. I'd fucking watch it for 90 minutes.
You could do a Gary Maguire with John Lovitz as his like shitty brother that no one heard about that like runs a dog track.
Gary Maguire.
Done. Sold. That's it. That's what it was. I was thinking Larry Maguire with Larry David, but that is so much better.
Show me the money.
Yeah, I would rather Lovitz than Larry David.
Lovitz would be the best.
You
like my car? Yeah, it's blue.
It's
jealous?
Blue.
Dude.
Jealous?
Real quick. We got to give love to High School High.
Oh yeah. We gotta do High School High too on this. I would love.
Oh, and
we
what
should
about
do
Mom
a
and Dad
whole
Save
fucking
the World?
If it was up to me, we'd do a John Lovitz January, and the whole thing would be John Lovitz movies. It'd be great. Last Resort, High School High 2, Loaded Weapon 1, and just think of one more.
What about Mom and Dad Save the World Again?
Boom!
Oh my god,
we got it. January's planned, folks. we got 90s November. I don't know what for. Well,
I think John Lovitz is the new Gilbert
Gary Maguire, you bastard.
I love it. Yeah, dude, that's brilliant. That is fucking absolutely brilliant. Sold, done, and done. So before we wrap it up, do you guys have anything coming up in the works you want to let the people at home know about? Anything going on Retro Fiend? Any music? Any articles?
Yeah, we just dropped a movie review, and we got Revenge of the Ninja Part 3 coming out soon. I don't know when specifically, but coming out very soon. So look for that.
When does the domination occur? Because I'm so ready.
Man, dude. Oh, Ninja 3 the Domination? That's after we do Revenge, so that'll be a little bit, but that's definitely coming up, especially since
you
Lambo
can do
passed,
no wrong though. There's like canon prove there's no wrong way to revenge a ninja.
There is. Yeah. It's Franco Nero with the mustache or go home.
Oof, man. I'm even hard pressed to like enter the ninja. That's you gotta really want that one. That's the Oppenheimer of ninja movies, right there.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Well, the series builds. It just gets better and better as it goes.
It really does. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's for
sure. Lethal Weapon. We got to do that. We got to do the canon ninja series on this one day. Well, that's one we need you and Chris on.
Be still my heart.
I would love like a whole like like Cynthia Rothrock perspective. I mean like Rage and Honor. I mean like China O'Brien.
Oh yeah,
my
we
Lord.
should do China O'Brien.
Oh man,
all right.
Please.
I refuse to stand for anything unless we do an Eddie Deason episode.
And Eddie what?
Eddie Deason,
Nino be taking a knee in the corner until we do his Eddie Deason episode. We'll do Surf 2.
Yes.
So, but before we do that, you Fandom fans might want to come back next Wednesday at 9 p.m. when we continue our All 90s November with our Stargate episode. That's right. It's finally happening.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I love Stargate.
As always, man. If you enjoyed this video, the best way to help is to smash that like button and leave a comment telling us what movie or TV franchise that you want us to cover on a future episode of VCR Redux. And since you're already doing that, you might as well go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Fandom Spotlite, the Hollow 9 Network, and Pop Culture Punk. Till then. Till then. Back up those Betamax, rewind those Laserdiscs, and we'll see you at the movies.
Show me the money!